It's not about that.
Well, this is recording, so just keep that in mind that everybody will hear this question. Now let me pause it. Pause. Continue now. So, the next topic.
Next topic?
Yeah. Complete and the square. Ready? Okay. So if I wrote something like this, for example, you actually know how to calculate it, because this is really just the same as this, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so what do we get here? We get, I'll do it quickly in my head, we'll get 4x squared plus 12, is it? X plus 9 in total. Yeah. Now, these problems are common in maths, so often you might want to learn the quick way to expand. So if you have ax plus b squared, this becomes a squared x squared plus 2abx plus b squared. Or, as my maths teacher and lots of maths teachers would say, if this is the first and if this is the second, this is equal to the first squared plus twice the first by the second plus the second squared. What do you mean you're lost? I'll give you another example. If I write this in words, first squared plus twice first by second plus second squared. Look, I'll give you an example. X plus 2 squared. Right, this is the first and this is the second. What's the first squared? X squared. Twice the first by the second. So 2 by x, 2x. Twice, double, 4x. And the second squared, 4. There's a quick way to do it. Let's do one more. 2x plus 3 squared. First squared, 4x squared. Twice first by second, so that's 6x. Twice double 6x, 12x. And then second squared, 9. Now if you don't like that, fine. If you don't like it, you can do it this way, but it takes longer. Let's do one more example. Alright. Sorry, squared. So what's first? First squared. This is minus 6x when you multiply them. And what's twice of that? Double minus 6x. What do you get? Minus 12x plus 9. Because what's this squared? 9. Now, like I said, I'm only showing you a quick way to do it. If you don't like it, then do it this way.
Well, I know this one.
But this will take longer, and this is quick. Okay? The maths exam is a very tight exam. You only have 2 hours for it. Only 2 hours. Whereas for the other subjects, you have 2.5 hours. So there's lots of time pressure. So you need to be quick. Yes. Hey.
Hi.
What do you need?
I left the...
Oh yeah, no problem.
Thanks so
They
much.
have...
Thanks a million. Sorry.
Oh no, no problem. So like I was saying, the exam there's lots of time pressure, you need to be quick.
The final exam,
Both exams, end of semester 1 and end of semester 2. Okay? So, these tricks, they help to speed it up. Okay, so let's have a look now. Can I scroll down?
Yeah.
Yep. So when you have something like this, ax plus b squared plus c, this is called, well, what type of equation is this? What type of equations are these? I gave you the name last week. What's this called? Quadratic equation. Quadratic. You remember this word? What did we say last week? I gave it to you this week. So this is called a quadratic, but this type of quadratic is a special type when you write it like this. This is called a perfect square, or a completed square maybe, I should really say. Completed square. So, what we want to learn today is how can I change something like this. I would like to change it into this. Or actually, sometimes we put the a on the outside. Do you remember? Don't worry, I'll go back to this. I just want to go to the side for a moment. Just last class, just a quick check. If I have something like this, and I write it like this, what's the verb? What's the verb? Sorry. Factorize. And if I go back here, it's expand. Yeah. So like today, this is verb, well not verb, but what we say here is we complete the square, which is the name of the lesson. Complete the square. So that's what we're going to learn today. And by the way, what would this direction be called, do you think? Yeah, it's the same. This is expand. Completing the square. Okay, shall we look at how to complete the square now? Do you have this? So we have x squared plus 2x plus 8, and we want to complete the square. So what you do, we write bracket squared plus a number. Here goes x. So we are looking for two numbers, one here and then one here. This number is very, very easy to get. It's always half of this. So what's half of 2? It's 1. No, just to be clear, the number, not the x. Just the number, okay? So always just the number. So half of 2 is 1. So we make half here. You got that? Yep. Then, to find this number here, now watch carefully, this one's a little bit more difficult. We take 8 minus this squared. So what's 1 squared? 1. 8 minus 1? 7. So the answer is x plus 1 squared plus 7. Let's check our answer. So this is x squared plus 2x plus 1 plus 7. This is x squared plus 2x plus 8. Is that right? It is. So yes, this is the answer. I'll do more examples of this.
Sure.
Okay, can I just scroll down? Yep. Yep. So let's take another one. Let's try and do it together. X squared plus 16x plus 71. Okay. What do I have here? 8 plus 8. And then here, what do I put? I put 71
It's
minus
64.
64. And I should always say as well here, this is always minus. So the answer is x plus 8 squared plus 7. Okay, I'll give you one to do for me. So what I want people to do for me is to do this one. Let's find one with a minus in it. X squared minus 2x plus 4. I want everybody to do this. Complete the square for this, please. Yep, finished? Yep. So, here we have what? X minus 1 squared.
Plus 3.
Plus 3? 4 minus 1 plus 3. Not too difficult, okay? So let's make it a little bit more difficult now. I should say, yeah?
I thought you said the square of the minus.
Yeah, so here
It's not the case, it's 4 minus 1.
it's 4 minus the square here. What's minus 1 squared? 1. 4 minus 1. Okay. This works fine when there is, look, when there's the number 1 here in front. You see in both my examples I had a 1 here. It's a little bit more difficult if we don't have this. So let's have a look at an example. Suppose I have, for example, minus 3x squared minus 42x minus 143. So we can't do the trick I showed you yet. We will later. Does anybody have any ideas about what we could or should do first? You have an idea. Yeah, go ahead. You have the right idea but the wrong verb. So not divide, different verb. Yeah, what's the verb for this? I told you. I did? Don't look at me like that. I told you. Conjugate way off. No. Factor out the minus 3. Do you remember this verb? No? Okay. So, I have, what do I have here first? X squared plus 14x plus 12 is 4 with a 2, 23, 21, huh? Oh no, I can't. It's going to be a fraction. Stinking fraction at the end. 143 over 3. Doesn't simplify.
Now we can do it.
Yes, now we can.
Why divide 2 and 3? You divide 2 and 3 on 3?
Yeah, I took 3 from everything. So everything got divided by 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take the common.
Not the common, you want the vocabulary for this, Fahad?
We call it in school shared factor.
Yeah, I believe that. We say factor out. No, I think you're thinking about what Fahad's saying, which is common factor. It's not really the common factor, it's the number that's in the front. Does anyone know the name for this? You can call it the leading term. You take that out. You did this vocabulary with Lorraine. I just saw it on the board yesterday. You have leader. Yeah, but I mean, leader. No. Leader is the one at the front. And I'm saying my number at the front is called leading. Similar, right?
Actually, I'm trying to remember what we used to say.
Yes, okay. I don't know. You'll have to tell me if you remember.
Yeah.
So I take out the leading term. So now, as you said, I can use the trick here. So we get minus 3. Okay. X plus 7. And then what do I have here? I will have 143 over 3 minus what? Minus what?
49.
49. So if you take out your calculator, please, tell me what you get.
4 minus 4 over 3.
Minus 4 over 3. There's still one step left. What's the last step?
Multiply.
Yeah, wait. Go ahead. Do what? I can't hear you. Speak louder. No, don't help her. Give me the verb. What's the verb? Don't be shy. What's the verb? Starts with M. Yes, M. Animal. Very good. Multiply by minus 3. Practice your vocabulary, okay? Multiply by minus 3, or there's another verb. Expand. Yeah. So here we get minus 3, x plus 7 squared. What's at the end? Plus 4. Yep. Happy? Yep. You got this? Okay, so this is how we complete the square. But now, why do we complete the square? So this is actually very useful. Let me show you. Oh, sorry, can I go down? Okay. Let me give you one like this to try. So what I want you to do is complete the square of this one. Okay. Not yet, no? Okay. You have it? You have it? Some people have it? Okay. So let's have a look at this. This will be minus 5 x squared minus 6x plus 51 over 5. This will be minus 5 bracket x minus 3 squared plus 51 over 5 minus 9. Now I can do this. Don't say anything. X minus 3 squared, and then 545 7 over 5. Is that right?
No.
No, it is. 9 times 5 is 45, 6 over 5. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright, good. I'm happy now. And then I multiply by minus 5, and I get minus 5 x minus 3 squared minus 6, yeah? Yeah. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'll just make one small change here. Y equals this. Okay. So, some people, maybe, well, I think most people actually know, if I make the graph of this, so for example, if I put in x is 0, if x is 0, what do I get for y? Well, that would be 0 minus 3, what's minus 3 squared? 9. 9 times minus 5? Minus 45, minus 6 is minus 51, so it'll be way down here, okay? In other words, if you get all the points, you'll see that you'll get this type of shape. And that's why I opened my program here, so I can show it to you. Y equals minus 5x squared, well, what was my answer? Minus 5x minus 3, was it?
Yes.
Yep. Minus 6? Yeah. Okay. Oh, actually I have it, well, doesn't matter. There it is there. Okay. Now what you'll notice about this shape is that there's a maximum value. That when I make the x's bigger, the y gets bigger, but then at the top here, this is the biggest, and it will get smaller here. So there's some place here that has the biggest y. And what's really nice about this form, I can actually see what value of x makes this biggest. Does anybody know? 3. No? 3, yeah. And the reason for that, if you think about it, this number here, can I change this number? No. It's always 6, isn't it? The x is only in this piece here. So what happens if x is really, really big? If it's really, really big, and I square it, does the number get bigger or smaller? If I square a number, it gets bigger. And if I multiply a big number by a negative number, what do I get?
Smaller.
A very small number, a very negative number. So if I want to make this maximum, I should try to make this 0. Because if it's 0 here, it's not negative. Can I ever make this positive? Can I make this piece positive? Can I?
We go on to the side.
No, just look here at this first piece here. Can I pick an x that makes this positive?
Yeah.
What x?
4.
No, because if I do 4 minus 3, that's 1. 1 squared is 1, and 1 multiplied minus 5? Minus 5. Can I make this piece positive?
Yeah.
Okay, give me the x that does it.
Maybe 3? No, sorry.
No, you can't. The best you can do is what you said. Use x equals 3, and you can make it 0. So the biggest value here happens when x is 3. If x is 3, what's y? Minus 6. Now I know my graph is the wrong way around, but if you look here, this does look like 3 minus 6, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the point I'm trying to make here is if you have this, the maximum is at minus b, because you want to make this 0, c. Okay. Now, let me just change this a little bit, okay? Let me put in a different one. Let's put in a positive one. Y equals 9x squared minus 162x plus 728. Okay, let's draw this. Nope. Oops. That'll do. So if you notice how the shape of this one is different, instead of being a hill shape, it's a U shape. And the reason it's different is because it has a positive x squared. You see here? 9x squared. So please remember, if it's minus, the shape is like this. And if it's positive, the shape is like this. So it doesn't have a maximum. What does it have? It has a minimum. Yeah. Look at the graph. Where do you think the minimum is? What does it look like? Maybe like 8, 9 for x?
Oh,
For x, yeah. Maybe 8 or 9, what do you think?
9.
Yeah.
8 or 9? And then what about y? What does y look like?
Less than 1.
Yeah, like minus 1.
Yeah.
So what I want everybody to do for me now is complete the square for this and find out exactly where this minimum point is. So I want you to complete the square for this one. What do you need me to say?
The one that
Yeah, the one that's highlighted on the screen. 9x squared minus 162x plus 728. I know we're just introducing this now, but in fact we'll have a whole lesson on graphing and drawing these, okay? So we're just kind of doing basic ideas for now. You have an answer?
No.
Oh. Tell me when you do. You have an answer? Come on. Yellow, yellow. You have an answer? So, what is the answer? Is it what we thought? X is, what's X? 9, yeah. What does Y look like? Minus 1. Yeah. So it's what we thought it should be from the graph. I won't show you it because I've done a few examples already, but when you do it, you get y equals 9, is it?
Yeah.
X minus 1 squared minus 1.
Yeah. X minus 1.
What was it this? No, sorry, x minus 9, sorry. Yeah. So, this one is like the opposite of the last one. Look. Can you do anything about the -1? No. -1 is always -1. Do you want a big number or a small number? Well, you want the minimum, so you want a small number, yeah, minimum number. If I put a big value of x in and I square it, what do I get? I get a big value. So I want to make the square minimum. So what x makes that the smallest? X is 9, because then when x is 9 you get to 0. So the answer here is 9 for x and -1 for y. Okay, there's one more thing I want to show you that makes this useful, completing the square. So if you look at the graph, do you see that the blue graph crosses the x-axis how many times? How many roots are there? There are 2 roots. Now think back, how do we find a root? What do we do to find a root? How do we find a root? What do we do? No, what do we do for linear equation? You think about the equation of the line. Yeah, we say, yeah, go on. Question?
No.
Where is it? Go ahead.
No, nothing.
Nothing, okay. If you want to find where the line crosses the axis, you make y equal to 0, and this gives you the x, okay? So, you see what I have in blue? See that in the box? Well, before we do it, look at the graph. What do you think the roots are? What values of x? There's 2 roots, yeah, what do they look like? X's?
Maybe 10 and 8.
Maybe 10 and 8 or something. I don't quite think 10 because it doesn't really look like it's going through 10.
9.5.
Yeah, maybe like 9.5 or something like this, yeah? So anyway, let's calculate it and see what we can get, okay? Okay, so if I go back here, this point here and this point here is when y equals 0. So what is it? Y equals 9x minus 9 squared minus 1. Was that it? Was that what I have? Yeah. Okay, so if I make y equals 0 to get the root, I have 0 equals 9x minus 9 squared minus 1. What should I do next? What's my next step? Here. Yeah, what's that? Yeah, move the minus 1 to here. So now I got 1 equals 9x minus 9 squared. Okay, now what's next?
We can multiply. No, we can have to open the.
Nope.
Divide by 9.
Divide by 9. So now I got 1 over 9 equals x minus 9 squared. Now what's next? Square root.
Yeah.
Square root. Square root. So, what happens here? They're gone.
Yeah.
So I have x minus 9. And what about here? Well, this is like 1 over root 9. So what do I get? 3. Now we have to be careful. There are 2 answers here.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Plus minus. Okay, because if I just go back to here for a moment, if I say x squared equals 9, that means x equals 3 or minus 3, because 3 squared equals 9 and minus 3 squared equals 9. Okay, so just remember that basic information. So how many answers? Now I have 2 answers. I have 9 plus or minus 1 over 3 equals x. So let me do the plus answer first. First, I have x equals 9 plus 1 over 3. So that's 9.333, roughly. And then my second answer, or x equals 9 minus 1 over 3, that's 8.6 6, 6, 7. These are my two roots.
I got to it.
I'll go back up, yeah, don't worry. Now, let's have a close look at our graph to see if that worked. So let me just zoom in here for a moment. Right. Zooming in, zooming in. Yeah. This is like PS4 graphics. Zooming in. Right, does this look like 9.33?
Yeah.
Sure does. Uh-oh, too far. And then here. 8.667?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, completing the square is useful because you can do two things with it. Complete the square can give you the minimum or the maximum. And what else can you get from completing the square? The roots. So this makes it a very, very important and useful skill, because you can find minimums or maximums, and you can find roots, making it a very, very useful process.
Check this, I got to it.
Further look. I'll do two more examples and then we'll finish. No fighting. I thought you were friends, no? Not friends?
Huh?
You're fighting with her, no? Okay, I'm sorry, I need to scroll on, so maybe you can either watch the video or copy this from someone else. Alright. Y equals minus 2x squared plus bx plus c. Find b and c if the turning point is at x equals minus 3, and also if the root, not the root, sorry, I mean to say the y-intercept is at y equals minus 1, 3, 4. And just some vocabulary here, maybe somebody knows this. Turning point is maximum or minimum. Yeah, this is the max or the min. Now which is it here? Is it a max or a min? What type of shape is this? It's a max because it's this shape, isn't it? So where this is the max. Okay. Which will be easier to find first, the B or the C? What do you think? Any ideas?
C.
The C, in fact, you already know what the C is. What is it? Minus 134 is the C, because I tell you it there, the y-intercept. So you already know the C. So you have y equals minus 2x squared plus bx minus 134. Now the more difficult one is finding the B. What do you think I should do? I'll give you a clue. It's the name of the lesson.
We can take this x.
We should complete the square. Yes. Yeah. So let's complete the square. I get y equals minus 2 x squared minus b over 2x plus 50, 15 and 2, 77? Is it? Is it? No, it's not. Wait. 50, 65, 66, 67. 67. Okay. So now I have y equals minus 2. Let's complete the square. What do I get here? Any ideas? Half of this?
minus 0.
Very good. And then here I have plus 67, and what do I have here? Minus,
B over
it's going to be b squared over 16. Now, it looks messy, but I'm just completing the square.
Hold on.
Yeah. I promise, if you look at it long enough, it'll make sense to you. I'm just completing the square. Now, look at this answer I just got. In this answer here, where is the maximum? What's the value of x? In this one here. b over 4. But, I tell you, in the question, the maximum is when x equals minus 3. So, therefore, b over 4 equals minus 3. So what does b equal? Minus 12. Yeah. Now, if you want, this here is coming, oops. This here came from the question. And this one here came from here. So I put the two together. X equals b over 4, x equals minus 3, therefore b over 4 equals minus 3, which means b equals minus 12.
Okay, so how do you get x equal b over 4?
Here, you want to make this piece 0, like in the, like in the last example. Yep. Like if I said x minus 2 squared plus 3, what does x equal for the maximum? What does it equal? 2. It equals this number. Yeah, so it's the same idea here. It's just b over 4. So that's the finish. I have the b and I have the c. The reason, I know this one is a little bit difficult, but the reason I put it in here is because it was in the last 2 exams. They asked you to find the b and the c. Okay? And there's one more type of problem to do, and then we're finished. Prove 5x squared minus 90x plus 414 is always positive.
What's all the positive?
5x squared minus 90x plus 414. It doesn't matter what number you pick. If you pick any number for x, I know that this will always be positive. So let's try something simple. If I put x as 0, what do I get? 414. Is that positive? Positive, yes. I know for every value of x, this will always be positive. And I want to prove it now. Yeah, so I'm going to prove it. So what technique do you think I will use to prove it? What should I use? That's right, completing the square. So I can use complete the square to prove this. Watch what happens. I can take the 5 out, and I have x minus 18 plus 414 over 5. Thank you, of course, yeah. And then here I have 5 x minus 9 squared plus 414 over 5 minus 9. No? And minus 81. Thank you. Can you type that in on the calculator, please? Tell me what you get.
9 over 5.
What did you get? 9 over 5?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I multiply by 5, and I get 5x minus 9 squared plus 9. Now somebody tell me why I'm finished. Why does that prove it's always positive? Well look, this here is squared, isn't it? So therefore, it's positive. True?
Yeah.
And this here is positive because it's positive 9. And then this here is add. So what happens? A positive add positive? Positive. So it's always positive. Please remember, in the exam, you get 1 mark for writing that at the end. No, the explanation at the end, where I said squared, therefore positive, 9 positive, add them together positive. You got 1 mark. Don't forget to write that.
Someone with the negative, so that's
Say again?
one of
Yeah, if one of them was negative, no good. Either the question's wrong or you made a mistake. So you want both of them to be positive.
Square, we're going to get the sign of x
Say again?
squared. So the arrow is on x.
The square is on the x minus 9.
Yeah, almost done.
Plus
Yes,
x.
I'll give it now.
The answer of minus 9 squared.
Hang on, I think you have a similar question to him. What's your question?
No, what?
Your
Mistake the square. Square of square.
the same word.
Yeah.
Yeah, double meaning. Yeah. You're right, yeah, square. Yeah, they're the same. The same word in English, yeah. So that's not the same question as him. The square is on the x minus 9. So it doesn't matter what number you pick for x. Here, no, give me a number, pick a number. Give me a number. 7. 7 minus 9?
Minus 2.
Square that?
4.
4. It's positive.
Okay, it's 10. Yeah, then
Yeah, you got the idea?
Yeah.
So it's always positive. Yep. Okay, so your homework, just like with the last page, the last 3 in each. Huh? Well, when the next math class? So, you know what you're doing this weekend? The last 3 in each. So, BWX, XYZ, UBW, STU, BCD, JKL. No, actually change that. For the last question, I don't want you to do the last 3. I want you instead to do H and I. No, wait, forget that again. Let me think. I need to pick 2 good ones. D and E for the last one. D and E. Let me circle that.
What about 5?
PCD. D and E. Okay, so we have VWX, XYZ, UVW, STU, DCD, D and E. Oh, and let me just circle these. I gave you the last 3, didn't I? For this one.
No, you will see from with this one.
You can show it to me, sir.
You will see it too. The previous one, right?
Yes. Alright, get out of here.